I went to University of Georgia. I made a list last night. I texted CJ about this last night. Here's some of my honorable mentions, CJ. These guys didn't make my list. I made a list of 8 people who were like kind of must-see TV for me as a fan. The guys who didn't make my list: Stetson Bennett, won 2 championships for the Georgia Bulldogs, but not really exciting, not really fun, right?
The fact that you even want to put him in honorable mention is amazing.
Well, I did watch all his games, but not because of him. But the 2 Georgia football players I thought of, AJ Green, when he was playing for Georgia, wide receiver, was awesome. And then like the first one, I must have been like high school or middle school, but Garrison Hurst, when he played at Georgia, was incredible. Like fast, could cut, could run, could outrun people, run through people, was incredible. The Braves player who made my honorable mention, Chipper Jones, who is arguably the best switch hitter of all time in baseball, a Hall of Famer. But again, exciting, fun, not really. And also Jamal Anderson from the Falcons is on my list.
I forgot about Jamal.
He had like a good run, for a while.
Season and a half, 2 seasons?
Yeah, went to the Super Bowl with the Falcons, just ran people over. Brought the Dirty Bird to Atlanta. Like that was Jamal. So Jamal's on my list. My honorable mention. Now here's my major list, and I sorted this in inverse order here. Julio Jones, because when he was healthy, he got the Falcons to a Super Bowl too. I don't credit Matt Ryan for that. Julio Jones was incredible when he was healthy. Could do everything. He threw the ball anywhere near him, he got it. Andrew Jones on the Braves. He was exciting. He was fun to watch. Played shallower center field than anyone ever has played, and Bobby Cox said was the best center fielder since Willie Mays. Unbelievable player. And especially when he was younger, could run, could hit. Greg Maddux. Now, he's not like most of these guys on this list that I came up with are like, incredibly talented physical specimens. Greg Maddux was built like me. But Greg Maddux had some unbelievable seasons, and I actually looked this one up. 95. Greg Maddux, 19-2, 1.63 ERA. Started 28 games, had 10 complete games. 10 complete games. Through 209 innings for the whole season. 3 shutouts. Like, I don't know what else to say about him. And he was just a normal-looking dude, wore glasses, cursed like a sailor. You could hear it on the broadcast. Every single pitch that wasn't a strike, you'd hear him curse. But just smarter than anybody he pitched against. It was so much fun to watch every night. Maddux, Mike Vick. As a Falcons fan, I got to see Mike Vick when he burst into the NFL and was awesome for those first few years. CJ brought up the Virginia Tech Mike Vick.
You can do, like, Mike Vick had 3 real distinct, really impressive careers. You had the Virginia Tech Mike Vick, which is mine. Like, Virginia Tech Mike Vick, I remember we had, like, DirecTV, and you'd have to scroll all the way over to the next day to see what was on. I didn't use the TV guide book. And so scroll all the way over, like, okay, when is Virginia Tech playing? Because I need to watch this dude do things like this. And then when he got on with the Falcons, it was much the same thing in the NFL. And then he had the stuff that popped off with the Dogs and gets to the Eagles, and he's still impressive. Now, he wasn't running quite like this, but he was running, and he could throw a deep ball better than most of the dudes in the NFL when he was with the Eagles.
Unrelated, I literally just got an email from 1-800-CONTACTS.
Let's go.
AI.
Go ahead.
This phone is listening to the Jessica Benson show today. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything else. I know this phone's listening to us talk. Also, Mike Vick, I was telling you earlier, like, I remember there's the famous play in overtime against the Vikings where he scrambles around and then ends up busting like a 50-yard run into the end zone to score. The 2 defenders run into each other. And
they end up hugging one another in the open field.
I remember when that play happened, where I was standing, where I was in my mother-in-law's kitchen, standing at the end of the kitchen counter, and I turned and saw that play happen. Like, I remember that play vividly. The latter Mike Vick wasn't exciting. That wasn't fun. When like Eagles Mike Vick, Steelers Mike Vick, toward the end of his career, where he was just like, he didn't really run. He was a game manager more than anything, and that one wasn't really a fun Mike Vick to me. But
you certainly Virginia Tech and the Falcons
for sure.
Those 2 right there. He was great.
My top 4. Well, here's
look
the play.
Look at him. Yeah. Look at this play.
Watch the 2 guys collide
They're
right
hug,
here.
Bow. Good grief, that man is fast.
And he just runs right off the field. Game over. Let's go home.
I don't know if we'll ever make another one like that. That was just special.
Look at that. That was such a great play. Top four. I had number 4 was Dominique Wilkins for me. Growing up in Atlanta, I got to watch the Human Highlight Film every single night. They called him the Human Highlight Film for a reason. Some of Dominique's dunks, I feel like, don't get enough credit.
Look at him, double pump, bow on your head.
Just in double pump, like just kind of in traffic. Watch this follow dunk.
Was that Larry?
No,
I know that wasn't Larry.
I think that's Jack Sigma.
Oh, is that Sigma?
Watch, like, I mean, this will be Larry. There's one where he tomahawks on Larry. This is it. Watch Larry Bird right here. Watch
Go
him.
up there, Larry. Oh. Go up there and contest at the rim. Meet him at the rim,
Look at Larry just sit there and think about life.
Yes.
Dominique was unbelievable to watch because he was, and he never really kind of got that upper echelon credit that a Michael Jordan got, that, you know, because he couldn't get past them, to be honest. Like in the playoffs, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, the Pistons, those teams always kept the Hawks just at that next level from that topmost echelon. But Dominique, to me, was one of those guys. I have Ja Morant, number 3 on my list. And CJ and I had to talk about this morning. CJ values longevity. Ja hasn't been doing it that long, but even when the Grizzlies are on the road, like I got to watch every game. Like, you don't know what Ja's going to do night to night. And I've told people this whenever people ask me about Ja, I tell them this. Like, I've watched so much NBA. I've watched a million hours. I don't know, hundreds of thousands of hours of NBA. Every game, Ja does something I've never seen before. Whether it's a dribble move, whether it's the joggles, whether it's dunking on Jakob Poeltl once, whether it's dunking on Jakob Poeltl a second time. Ja does things every single game that I've never seen before. And for me, he's must-see TV. Ja's on my list. Number 2, Ronald Acuna Jr., for reasons we talked about. And number 1, for me, the most fun athlete of my lifetime, by far. I don't even know if you have B-roll of this, and I don't know what in the world the B-roll would be. Deion Primetime Sanders.
Do we have prime B-roll?
Look
at this.
Look at this man.
That was his first punt return attempt in the NFL.
Yeah. I mean,
and he is
as
gone.
a Falcons fan, like watching this, and you're like, what is this guy doing? Oh, no. Oh, okay. Then watch him high step.
Oh, get away, dude.
Unbelievable. And look at this. The whole thing was what made it so great. Like the whole spectacle, you know?
Gone. High stepping down the sideline,
Past
looking
people.
straight at dudes as he's running past
And
them.
then the thing that kills me with all this, the dancing, playing offense and defense. I mean, the thing that kills me with all this was that he was on the Braves at the same time. Like, he was playing 2 sports. Like, and we talked about Ohtani and how incredible Ohtani is, and is he the greatest baseball player? I don't know. But Ohtani's playing 2 positions. Deion was playing 2 whole sports at the same time, played in the World Series, and scored a touchdown in the same week. Like, he did things no one has done since, and I don't know if anyone will ever do that again. But Deion, to me, was, look, he played offense, defense, played baseball, did everything, and was unbelievable to watch. I loved watching Deion Sanders. Number 1 on my list.